We're here at beautiful Homestead Miami Speedway for the running of the Put It Out 250 here at Homestead Miami Speedway. We got 135 laps with a 10-lap overtime in store for you today, and we look forward to bringing you this racing action live here at Homestead. So while they set the grid, we're going to do a couple things. First, we're going to try to bring our driver in here, or our commentator in here. I'm going to try to get him in here. And we're also going to break down the running order for you guys. It is the first race of the round of 8, so we've got our drivers we're going to keep an eye on, many starting up front. And so let's do that. Let's first talk about our driver in the number 22. And that is not the number 22. Let's talk about our driver in the number 22. We talk a lot about him. He's back in that Rolex Chevrolet for SXR, side by side with his teammate. We talked about that in the speed report. It is our champion, Michael. Side by side him is Frosty in the 2. And these guys start front row. The 22, 5 wins in the season. Frosty, BRL 500 winner at Daytona. And these two guys will start front row. How about third place on the grid is going to be not Back in Black. Third place on the grid is going to be Wes. Wes in the 8 CMR Chevrolet is going to start third place on the grid in that Orioles Chevrolet. Loving that Orioles car. He won at Monza, and he's going to start up front, looking to have a chance to capitalize. This is the importance of winning. You're starting up front and having a chance to capitalize with a great starting position. 0-1 at Watkins Glen in round number 1. Since then has not had the performances he's looking for, but he's excited because he's ready to rebound in this race. Very excited. He was a front runner at Homestead in a qualifying race, but everyone better watch out for this guy. I think he's a dark horse in this race. The number 9 of Back in Black, very fast at Homestead, won the qualifying race 3 straight seasons in a row here at Homestead. So what is he going to be able to do in this one? We got a couple newer drivers as well. We'll talk about them later on. Right now we're going to ride along with Back in Black as we get ready to get started. As they take the green flag, we're racing. Put it out. We're racing at Homestead. Oh, a little bit of contact up front, but nobody died. We completed a lap under green here at Homestead. Oh, and already a little bit of contact. 0, look at that 3 wide, and Back in Black spins it out. Low, and he's able to save it. Good save for him. And that should keep us green flag here. Let's see how everything works out for the rest of the field. Look, Hyundai back, and he is riding up front as well as he sits in the 4th position in that number 5, eliminated from contention, but back out here running a good race so far at Homestead. Hopefully he'll be able to keep it up, but right now Michael is your race leader. And hopefully we can get this to work. Be sure to include the audio.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Sir.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what was going on with that, but welcome in. Tons of fun. He's going to help me with the broadcasting. We're here at Homestead for the Put It Out 250 here at Homestead Miami, round of 8. Tons, how you been, man?
I've been doing good.
Good. Well, thank you. My throat won't hurt as much after this race because I got a partner up here with me as opposed to being by myself. the entire time.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So let me ask you this: how much of BRL have you been keeping up with?
I know most of the drivers, most of the results. So.
Sweet. Man, I tell you what, my favorite to win this race actually got shuffled to the rear of the field early in the 9 of Back in Black. But I still think he can rebound a caution. You know how that works.
Yes, sir.
Who's your favorite?
Well, I've heard that guy out front's the one to beat. Is that Michael?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Indeed, Michael. Yeah.
Wesley was close to him for a minute there, for a few laps. But he set stale, it looks like.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Michael didn't come into this race too confident. He said this was one of his worst tracks. Well, he is not showing it at all as he rocks the BRL Season 3 bannered Rolex 22. And you know what, looking pretty good. And we got 2 packs here. So we look at this second pack of drivers, and we'll see who's caught up in this second pack that's off the pace quite a bit. Any chase drivers? Yes, we do. How about Skitty Brave in the number 45 in that McDonald's 45 Toyota? And it's not looking the best. Not a strong start here, but of course plenty of time for him to rebound here.
Yeah, it's a long race. Anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. And also another driver is going to have to find some speed as the race progresses, and that's the number 1 of Beloved. Gonna have to try to find some speed from somewhere.
Does look like it.
And then, of course, Back in Black involved in that earlier incident. A great save, but it put him all the way in the back, and now he's going to have work to do if he's going to catch Michael and get himself where he needs to be. All he needs is a caution, but right now everybody's kind of fanned out. Let's get back up there to that top pack. Frosty in 5th place and looking good, staying with this top pack. They're all lined up and right in the wall.
It looks like Zero and Gibson got around the 8 car. A little contact there between the 8 and the 38.
Yeah, tight squeeze as the 38 slide jobs right in front of the 8 of West. Now, 38's not chasing for a championship. As a matter of fact, he's a rookie. Our his first race in BRL.
Okay.
But teammates with Back in Black, who has been sliding him team points and trying to help him out a little bit as he gets around there. So let's go current grid top 5. Michael 0, not unexpected in that number 17. West in 3rd, Frosty 4th, Gibson, our rookie, in 5th. Let's ride along with him real quick. Oh, I'm hungry. Look at that Subway green. I love that.
Just a little housekeeping. Back in Black is making a move on Beloved. Going down the backstretch.
Now, we know how Back in Black can be. You've ran with him before. I've ran with him before. If you're him, how aggressive would you be trying to get up through this field? Would you be trying to take your time and just kind of wait for the caution to come out, or would you be trying to push to get up to a certain position early in the race?
Seeing how the back of the field is kind of breaking apart, I wouldn't want to get hung behind anyone too long, because eventually everyone will just be too far in front of you. But he made easy work of Beloved. He's got a few seconds to catch on the next guys in front, but he's got to be cognizant of not burning up his tires on his way.
Yeah, agreed, especially with this top group all lined up and really riding, conserving those resources. He does have to be very, very careful. Well, the last time we were here, it was pouring down raining. And these guys drove like rain was not even an issue. This time, though, the sun is out and shining, and they are putting on a pretty good show early. Michael, no surprise, race leader, back in black, charging up through the field as he makes a pass on the 81 of Rave. His first race here in BRL as a rookie in that number 81.
So last time I crossed on my ticker, it does look like Michael has dropped off at about a half second since his best lap. So we are seeing some fall off already.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah. So let's get the audience, kind of put the audience in mind of here at Homestead, obviously a very momentum-based track. It's important to carry momentum all around the racetrack. But let's kind of to fast forward to later on in this race. How important, or let's ask this, how much would you be willing to gamble with the tires and the strategy if we get late race cautions, or if we don't get cautions and we're pitting under green?
Well, if you're the leader, you kind of hold the cards in hand. With back in black, it looks like he may have to end up.
We got trouble!
Oh.
Trouble on the racetrack. On the exit of turn number 2, and we got cars in the wall. That's the 17 hard down there on the wall. This might bring out the caution. 17 and 8. The 8 car got involved in that as well. Let's see if he got any damage. Still running in the 5th position. And down pit road he goes to repair damage. We stay green.
Well. At this point, it did break up that little pack up front, but brought them all together from 6th on back.
Man, if you're West, you have to be disappointed going a lap down early, having to pit early. Don't think Zero got much damage from that, and that's the frustrating part with that as well. So these guys have gotten into it before. That is Zero and West, and I mean, it's just been the story of West's back half of his season is 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and now a lap down in this race. He's going to have work to do to get his lap back.
And another issue for them is going to be their pit strategy. Pitting so early, they're going to have one extra stop, giving them less of an ability to get back into this race. But speaking about getting back into the race, the big beneficiary of that slowdown with Back in Black is racing Bibbly Bob for 6th as he takes the position and begins to drive away a little bit.
Yeah. Now he's got his work cut out for him, but I'm gonna tell you something. Clean air, that 9 car. This is the same 9 car that won the qualifying event. He brought the same car back in this race, and that thing was a heat seeker when it got clean air, and we're just seeing a rhythm that he has, and he is sailing through the field right now.
He is.
So we got to keep an eye on him. If we don't get a caution, I think the green flag run is really benefiting him. All right, let's take it through the field, brought to you by BRL, and let's go on board with our drivers. And the first driver we got to talk about is Michael, and I mean, no surprise here. BRL Season 3 champion, guys, and he is looking for his back-to-back championship by winning here in season number 4. He is the leader. He has the fastest lap. Even though his lap times are falling off, we're seeing him not making mistakes, running a solid line, driving away from the field. He's able to do this because he's won 5 straight races. What does this do? It gives him #1 spot. It puts him on pole. And then you take advantage of that. No cars in front of you. You can get to an early lead and take advantage of that. While everyone else has the battle for position, you're up front logging in those laps. Very, very powerful run for the 22.
Now, one thing I am seeing on that 22, his left rear is getting dangerously worn. Actually, no, I take that back. It's his right. His left rear is in very good condition. His right front. He might be pushing a little harder than he needs to at this point.
We'll keep an eye on that development. When will he pit? How will it affect the field? We'll keep an eye on that. Let's move on to our second place driver by quite some margin. And by 4 seconds, and that is Gibson Racing in that number 38 Subway HMS Chevrolet, and he also with a good rhythm, showing a lot of speed. This is a driver back in black raved about for quite some time, and we can see why, looking like having a good rhythm. Not quite as fast as Michael. As you see, Michael's inching away, but faster than most, as he has been able to stay ahead of Frosty by the same amount. Now, not chasing for a championship again. First race of the season, but he is definitely proving himself. And if he can, what this does basically is steals away positions from drivers that are chasing. And this is big. And then, of course, locking himself up into the top 16. We have quite a few drivers here today, which means there will be hot seats after today's race. He's making sure he won't be one of them.
Looks like we're coming to the end of a fuel run. I'd say probably about another 10 to 15 laps. And we should be seeing everyone start to dive down pit road, put 4 fresh on, and fill up those tanks.
All right, so while they prepare to do that, the number 22's teammate, the 2 of Frosty, came in here with an injury, trying to tough it out right now, and he sits 3rd place on the grid again. Another solid run to start. We talked about this in the speed report, finding ways to get up front and finding ways to get these kind of finishes so consistent. But the question is, can he get back to victory lane? His teammate's gonna have to share the love, especially if he intends on trying to chase for the championship. We'll see how he does. We'll keep an eye on him, but solid run for that number 2 so far. Less than a second behind him. Hyundai, welcome back, man. Hit and miss driver, but he is hitting today, riding top 5 in 4th place. Now, it was unable to advance, even though definitely attendance would have allowed him to advance to this round and actually compete. He was unable to do so, but again, still in away positions, and again, that hot seat, as well as setting up for if he plans on running next season. This race matters. All these races matters. If we got our first driver in pit road, that's Skitty Brave in the 12th. And we lost some drivers. What happened here?
I heard something hit the wall. That's about it. Looks like Chris has DNF.
Oh no, a DNF. Now, is it a DNF or is it an electronic issue? I believe it could have been an electronic issue. There's no caution out on the racetrack for a DNF. So we'll pay attention to that. I think electronic issue. He was our blitz reporter for today, so we won't have a blitz report. That sucks. But that was Chris that had the electronic issue. Disappointing for him. He had such a good run so far since his start in this season. Pika Fury in that number 23, another driver riding along here, another strong run, top 5. Ever since he's come in, he's been really, really consistent. And putting on forth another good showing here as Hyundai hits the wall, and Pika's going to advance to 4th on the grid as those tires start to play a part in the racing that we see on the track. A good run for him. They're still side by side there. He's going to pull away on that high lane. And Pika, definitely someone that is learning his surroundings, learning the tracks and cars, and definitely if he runs next season, you better keep your eye on this guy in this 23. He is fast, but more importantly, consistently fast. Put pressure on those chase drivers.
So, just a little concerning. Back up at the front. That way on that right front seems to be getting a little worrisome for the 22 car. He's also running a little hard. What I'm seeing, he's running through more fuel than everybody else. And I'm starting to see that right front start to smoke through the corner. So let's keep an eye on that.
Definitely, because of the lane, racing lane is so close to the wall. You really have to be careful when those tires start to wear, how you run, not wanting to bank up against that wall and damage the car. Similar to, like an Indianapolis, where you can definitely damage the car on exit of those corners.
Looks like that right front has just gone over 61%. It's wearing a lot more than any of the other four corners. He should be coming in for fuel within the next 5 to 10 laps, though.
All right, and while we look at that, Pika, it looked like Hyundai was getting ready to make a move on Pika, but then I think he tapped the wall again, and that's going to slide that speed back.
And Beloved has just gone a lap down. Intense.
Driver we're going to keep an eye on also that has a sub for the day, Bibbly Bob. He's subbing for Dale Jr., who is in the 3rd round of 8. So he's going to dive it off the pit road.
Yep.
And he's going to be one of the ones that's going to get our cycle started. As he dives it off the pit road, he's going to pit now. He's going to go a lap down as the 22 rather in first place is going to pass. He's also going to lose position to Beloved. And also probably West. So he's going to be 11th. Going to have to battle back.
Luckily,
as time goes on.
It looked like everyone is going to have to pit here within the next few laps. So as long as he keeps it caution free, he should be back on the lead lap. Hard time merging onto the track.
Yeah. Got another driver in pit road. That is 9th place and dropping fast. That's the 81 of Rave Ty. Getting that 4 fresh in and now coming out of pit road.
We've got a little bit of a battle between Hyundai and West. West being a lap down, doing everything he can to keep his track position. And Hyundai on the lead lap, running 5th. Looks like he's trying to get around him.
And our leader's in. The leader is in. That surrenders the lead to Gibson. He's going to take over the lead and lead laps. Those are those bonus points. As the 22 comes in for service, he's going to drop to what looks to be about 7th, 8th place on the grid.
And with that, Beloved back on the lead lap. If a caution were to come out now, he'd be able to swing around and up to the back of the field.
Let's keep an eye on that in the meantime. Gibson looking good now. What is he going to do here with this lead? When is he going to pit? How long can he stretch that fuel?
He doesn't have much lap. Probably 2 laps.
Oh, and inside on the 8. Side by side, they rub a little paint.
Oh.
The 8 taps the wall just a little bit and backs way off, and second place in the pit road, that is Frosty. That was Frosty. Yeah, Frosty, the 23 is in. That looks like the 9 of Back in Black in. It is. So now you've got Gibson racing in first. Second place is going to be Hyundai, 8 seconds back, and then 0 is going to be your third place driver, and in comes the 38. So now Hyundai, is he going to stay out and get that lap led? He is.
Oh, the
Bonus
17
point.
is out. All right, and 17 on pit road.
And so drivers merging. Traffic is going to now be the name of the game as these drivers try to get back in rhythm. Trying to merge is going to be so interesting, and that was interesting as well.
It's like Hyundai is the last of the leaders to pit. And where does Michael merge?
Michael up to second. He's going to rotate back out to first.
There he goes. Skeety must be having some issues. I've seen him come through pit road a few times in a row. He's unfortunately 2 laps down at the moment.
Yeah, Skitty Brave having some major issues, unfortunately, and
I think he got caught up with that incident earlier.
Yeah.
Innocent bystander, unfortunately.
Look at the gap that Michael has on the 38, 7.1 seconds and growing, and then 13 seconds in front of third. So now the thing for Michael is lap traffic. How big of an effect is this going to have for the 22?
And if you look who else we have back up in the top 5, Wes has made his way back up the fourth after that early incident. Now he will have to pit before everyone else, but the rotation seems to have worked out for him for right now.
On board as they dive in. You got side-by-side action behind them. Who is that? 2 spots down. That's Hyundai, it looked like. Hyundai, yes. Hyundai in the 1 of Beloved. Looked like made some contact.
Beloved's been knocked around like a pinball today. Unfortunately. It's like rough stops for Back in Black and Zero Fan as they both dropped a couple positions. Here in that pit cycle, they're now running 7th and 8th.
Just looking at that myself and that throwback number 9, 3M Chevrolet. But they have the speed, really, to gain quite a few positions and get themselves in the top 5. They're going to have to work to do that.
I think if they maintain their pace, work together, they may be able to get some fuel savings and save the tires and stretch a green flag run. Because looking at this, they're going to have to pit at least 2 more times based off of the mileage they got on that first run.
Well, if you're just joining us, we welcome you into the Put It Out 250, where we have been under green the entire race so far. The caution has not come out. We have not put the caution out so far. All that, a caution could change everything, but right now these guys working hard, keeping it clean and keeping the track clear. Is bright and sunny. No rain, no weather in sight. And it has put on a show so far. I am your league owner and broadcaster, Sam Cook, alongside tons of fun joining me today in the booth. If you are enjoying what you're watching and want to be part of the league, please message me, Sam Cook, 2728785, as well as my officials or admins, XR, Frosty, and Beloved Car. And we will get you in BRL as early as next week, where the series will go to Circuit de Spa for race number 2 of the round.
Y'all have fun.
Michael on a tremendous pace. Michael on a tremendous pace as he is 7 seconds ahead of Gibson. And Gibson is another 7 ahead of Pika.
Pika ended up picking up a few on that pit road cycle. He came in running about 5th. Looks like running third. And Wes still sitting in 4th, but he's gonna have to pit here within the next 10 to 15 laps, while everybody else can run at least another 30.
There's a cluster of cars back here, around 7th place here. That's the one of Beloved. That's the 17 of Zero. Side by side, Beloved fighting. And that's exactly what he has to do right now, as he is fighting for position here, and he's gonna have to do something to find that speed and try to get himself, you know, find the speed there.
Exactly.
He knows he's in trouble.
One thing that the 9 and the 17 are going to need to watch out on that last fuel run, they ran themselves almost empty, which you know, if they do it again, could be very detrimental to them catching back up to the field. Oh, contact.
17 almost dumped. Big contact.
Good save by Zero.
I believe that's his 2nd save of the race.
I believe so as well.
Boy, how's that going to play into the narrative of excitement? Let's take a peek at our chase drivers. Michael, of course, we see him 7 seconds ahead. Let's look at our next driver in line, West, 4th place. So right now, those are our 2 beneficiaries of the top 5. Frosty, 1.8 seconds behind West right now. Strong car, looking pretty good. In dire need of a caution. That's everybody's kind of situation here, and Frosty rounds out top 5. And our next chaser, 7th place, back in black at 9. And then after that, 0 in 8th. And trying to get around lap traffic there, Beloved being hard to pass right now. Contacts made. Beloved gonna hit the wall there. So we got a driver in pit road. That's Wes. Must have got damaged there. Yeah. No, you say
he had
to
pit
window.
For fuel. Yep.
That's right, he had to pit. He did.
With them getting about 45 laps per run, unfortunately, Wes is gonna have to pit one more time before the end of the race. So as it runs, the leader has about a 7-second lead on second. Has just put Skeety down a third lap. And has nothing but clear track ahead of him. Gibson 7.5 seconds behind. Followed by Pika Fury. He was just out on a Saturday night drive. No worries in the air. About 15 seconds back. And then we've got that little cluster with Frosty, Hyundai. It looks like Wes merged back in front of them. Except for he's now one lap down, running in 10th.
Well, there's 7 drivers on the lead lap. Everyone else at least one lap down. So,
and that 17 car just does not sound 100%. Just sounds different than all the others.
regardless of how it sounds, he is making time on Back in Black. Remember, this was the battle that was the big focus of our qualifying race here at Homestead to open BRL S4, and Back in Black was able to conquer that victory, but Zero claimed a couple more laps and that victory would have been mine. This could be the move of the race. If we were to get something to happen here, we don't know, but I mean, keep an eye on this move right here. These could be front runners later on. As the 17 taking a much higher line, running that middle to high line. The 9, interestingly enough, choosing the bottom around the racetrack. So very, very interesting, the line choice here.
And don't forget about 15, 20 laps ago, the contact that they had going into one. I don't know if the 17 is going to let that go or if he's already forgotten it. But it's going to make for some exciting racing here for the next few laps.
'17 has position.
Big damage.
The 9 tried to cut him off.
Looks like the 9 is in the wall and spinning down the track. Driveline damage. Unfortunately, it does look like the 17 him out.
Yeah, well, I was on board the 17, and from my angle, the way it looked like this, the Back in Black came down on the 17. I was on the nose. Yeah. Okay. Looked like he came down some. And I mean, you just got to be careful, right, about, you know, when you're not clear. You got to be careful of that. In the meantime, caution flag flies. We're going to put it out for the first time. This race that comes out on lap 70 of 135, so a big chunk of laps taken out. Pit road is going to be closed. We don't have a blitz reporter. He lagged out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our first commercial break of the stream, and we're going to be right back after these messages with pit stops. Be right back.
Okay, so I got a question on this one. after he got spun, shouldn't he have gotten picked up the pace car instead of getting waved around?
Well, it depends on what time the caution came out. And
okay, yeah, because he let down, then they all passed, or then they passed him, and then the caution came out once they were past him.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how all the rules ended up working out.
Yeah, I think with the time the caution came out, he was ahead of the 22.
Okay.
So when they swung around again, it, put him a lap down.
That looks like Bibley's going to be getting the lucky dog there as well.
Pit road open this time.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, good fake.
Oh, Michael stayed out. I don't know if I like that. Because you could have made it on one more pit stop from here.
I think he was banking on the fact there'll be some more cautions.
True. I mean, just about. Wesley stayed. Oh, wait a minute. Could lap cars pit that time?
Yeah.
Okay. So Wesley stayed out hoping to get a wave around, but everybody else stayed out in front of him.
And that could be why the 22 stayed out.
Yeah. Make sure Wesley.
Are we back? You can't see my stream, can you?
I still have 2 more ads. I'm at ad 4 of 6.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's what everyone's getting. So our lineup, when we get back, looks like it's going to be the 22, 38. Refresh for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're getting ready to go green flag racing. Green flag back in the air, lap 73. We had to put it out for the spin of the 9 car and the 17's involvement, but we're back. Green flag racing. Nose to tail here.
And it looks like the 22 is pulling away down the back stretch. While the 17 and Gibson.
Yeah, but look at the number 23. Not so fast, he says. Him and a 38 trying to hawk him down.
May have been a visual glitch, but it did look like that 23 was sideways going through 3 and 4 last time around.
Well, you got these drivers a lap down. They're anxious to try to get that lap back. Then you got the drivers up front. They're anxious to try to keep Michael from pulling away this time. Look how close they are. 2 seconds, less than 2 seconds. Less than 2 seconds, less than a second separate these guys. Right.
And the 38 going for the lead. Maybe a little contact getting into one.
And Gibson going for the lead.
Stretch.
Side by side as they enter 3. Into turn 4, Gibson not going to have the angle there. They rub a little bit of paint. Green and white go nice together. Michael with the run on the high side, going to slide off in front of him and cut him off. Gibson going to have to try again. In the meantime, behind them, Pika and Zero. So chaser, non-chaser, chaser, non-chaser. All battling here.
Contact with the 22 going into 3.
Very exciting
got all
racing.
4 stacked under a blanket.
Yeah. Gibson had that lead at the start finish line. Not giving up. Trying to steal away that lead. He does. Gonna slide up. Now Michael's got his hands full because the 17 is right behind him. And I think this is what Michael was afraid of.
Those front 4 are pulling away.
New leader 38. He's gonna hang on to him for yet another lap, but you have to know Michael is hungry. Here he comes right back underneath. He's going to slide up the racetrack just a little bit. Michael's going to try to take the lead there side by side down the back straightaway. Right there, door to door, entering 3-0. It's a spectator waiting to see who wins because he's going to try to take advantage. And he gets turned.
The 17 around.
17 around.
He has cleared himself off the track. Does not look like a caution has been called.
And he dips off the pit road. Wow, what a turn of events. He's going to dip off the pit road. Now, this might help the pit strategy just a little bit for him. Let's see how that plays out. In the meantime, back on track, back up front with the 0 and the 17 gone. The 23 is going to take a stab at it, pushing the 38 down the front straightaway and into turn 1.
The 22 clears the 38 off of turn 2. That was a power move. He feels like he needs to have control of this.
Hey, he better take it quick, burning up those resources as they battle, especially on the exit of 4.
Bombs. They got a little contact in the middle of 3 and 4. And that's going to hurt the 38.
Oh, look at the 22
Pika
loose.
to get right behind him.
Pika gonna try to slide in there. 22 just a tad bit loose. We're going 3 wide. 3 wide almost.
22 close the door on the 23.
Who closed the door on the 38?
Is there.
Yeah, and here comes the 2 of Frosty. Don't look now. He's gonna try to make a move. Here he comes. 23 making mistakes. He smacks the wall. That's gonna open the door for the 38. Set up. Dive to the inside, and here he goes. Battle for second. Momentum. And the 38's gonna slam the door. And I mean tight.
But that also gave him a great boost from the 23 down the backstretch.
38 showing a ton of speed here. And let's not look now, but only a couple positions behind. The 9 of back in black. Contact for the lead.
38 got into the 22.
Moves the 22 up the racetrack. Now they come down side by side for the race lead. 38's going to have it, a whole train on the bottom. Look at Frosty going to try to make a move on the inside. And the one driver that's appreciating all of this, the 9 of back in black. He's just waiting. He's got West behind him. He's got a Hyundai behind him as well. West, I believe, still a lap down, right?
He is in the free pass position, though.
And trying to stay there as he makes contact with the 9. That kills his momentum just a little bit, but I don't think it matters in an intense battle for the lead. Here comes the 5. Look at Hyundai dive it in there. Battle for 5th place. Hyundai's going to dive it in deep. But
looks like 2 by 2 coming off of 4. Michael back to the lead for just a moment on the outside.
Exciting racing. They are definitely putting on a show. The 23 up here as well. Chaser, non-chaser, chaser, non-chaser. These are teammates, the 2, the 22. And contact once again. 23 makes a little contact. They both go into the wall just a little bit. That gives West the momentum. Now West is going to have to be careful battling with these guys. He is a lap down. These guys are on the lead lap, but he's going to try to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. Here comes Frosty now. He's going to try to battle. No, he's going to get in line. He's going to settle for 3rd place. Hyundai's going to try to make this position on the 8 of West. They try to get around him. Frosty's going to block that move to maintain 3rd. In the meantime, Gibson's going to have to get back in rhythm so that he can make a stab for the lead once again. And look at Back in Black charge through the inside back there as he takes over 4th place.
And one thing these drivers are going to have to start thinking about: fuel. Michael is within 5 laps of his window. Oh, he's
and Michael's going to dive in. Michael's going to pit.
Now with this stop, with everyone closer together, he can't have any mistakes getting off of pit road.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. In the meantime, Frosty going to allow West by. Now, if West can get by, this puts him in an excellent position with him being off sync with the rest of the drivers. So I don't think he pitted that last caution now. With 38 in the pit road, that's going to give Frosty the lead, and that promotes West to the lead lap.
Yeah, West still has about just under a half a tank, so he'll be able to run this a little long, hoping that there's another caution here sometime before he has to pit again. Unfortunately, it didn't work for him last time. But there is a chance that as hard as these guys are driving, Michael may have a hard time making it to the end on this fuel that he has.
Oh!
Everybody else should be good.
Contact between the 23 and the 5. There's a caution. That's definitely how it's going to come out right there. With that contact, they get off each other's doors. Hyundai trying to make that move. Does make that move on the 23. Heavy contact for the 23 into the wall. That battle's over.
Gibson must have pitted and we missed it.
Oh, yeah, no, Gibson pitted. Yeah, Gibson did pit.
Okay. So current running order is Frosty, Back in Black, and Hyundai.
And all then Pika in fourth. Bibbly Bob way back there, but on the lead lap, he's running fifth.
So as of right now, Frosty pitted under that last caution. Back in Black pitted under that last caution.
And I'll tell you someone who's sniffing and smells blood, the 9 of Back in Black, and he's going to try to make a charge a little bit faster, just a little bit faster than Frosty in turn 2, but Frosty a little bit faster than Back in Black in turn 4. It's made very, very interesting as we got a car slower on the racetrack. That is Pika.
I wonder if they ran out.
That is Pika, 5th place. He is out of fuel.
He is out of fuel.
And if he comes to a complete stop, that's going to be a DNF, and that will bring out the caution. So let's see if he can coast it around and not challenge or not endanger the field any. As he's on the bottom of the racetrack.
Ooh, he's on the back stretch.
The drivers, they're going to leaders.
He's not going to make it back.
Oh, man. Pika was having such an excellent run. Very strong car. Yeah. He's doing everything he can to keep that momentum going. We'll see if he's able to make it to pit road. In the meantime, down pit road is another driver. That's 3rd place, Hyundai. Down pit road, he is getting service. Get you back onto the lead. New leader, Back in Black. Now, Pika is unable to make it through. That is a DNF, guys. That could definitely bring out the caution. If he is unable to get it to pit road, he is stuck in turn 3. That is going to bring out the caution here, or should bring out the caution by rule. He's still coasting it, though. So never mind. He might be able to get it back. He might be able to get it back. Now, if he stops, he is screwed. Back in Black, your race leader. I think he's going to try to hang on to it as long as he can.
Pika is rolling at 20 miles an hour.
Oh, he's still rolling then.
He's got the clutch in. He's probably going to make it back. He made it to pit road. No caution needed.
Wow, but all of that time he lost.
Yep.
What a fast car. He's going to be 3 laps down and counting. That's going to hurt him overall. We stay up front, back in black. Up front now. What does he need to do? Well, he needs a caution to stay up front, but this is his opportunity to lead some laps, gain those bonus points.
He's gonna
down
pull
pit
in.
road he goes.
Yep, he's gonna get his last stop and hope that it plays out right for him.
Definitely, that surrenders the lead now to Frosty, new leader. And Bibbly Bob gonna take over second place for Dale Jr.
After seeing that strategy from back in black, I wouldn't be surprised if Frosty pulls in this lap. Short pit, get it full, run it to the end. Frosty stays down. Wes has also gone back a lap down. Oh, he's gone 2 laps down. He must have already pitted.
Coming up, back in black exits pit road. Coming up on back in black now as lap traffic. Let's see what happens.
Looks like back in black will stay on the lead lap for now as Frosty makes a move.
Yeah, but he should be able to hold off Frosty with those fresh tires. Let's see what he's able to do. A little bit of contact.
Oh, contact between the two. No harm, no foul.
And now they're coming up on more lap traffic. That looks like Hyundai up ahead.
Well, that'll be a race for 5th between back in black and Hyundai. And Frosty is just looking for room to maneuver. Now, Frosty does have a pretty decent gap back to second. About 11 seconds on Bibbly Bob. So he won't have to push the issue at this moment. You also have Wes coming up on Frosty on fresh tires as well.
Driver in pit road.
He's going to be...
Rave tie.
Rave tie, okay. So Rave tie will give way to Wes, which will put Wes first car 2 laps down. I believe there's 1 car 1 lap down.
Back in black has caught Hyundai. Now they're battling.
0's 1 lap down.
And I tell you what, if you're Frosty, you want to be very, very careful. You don't want to get involved in someone's mess.
Honestly, if I was Frosty, I'd be letting the 8 go by here. No need to push the issue. You've got an 11-second lead.
Right.
Let these guys run their race and see what happens.
Yep, exactly. Don't want to be the next driver here. Oh, a lot of contact on
the
exit.
back of the 8.
Pushing the 8 down the front stretch.
Wow. With that move, the 8 does get himself back to only 1 lap down. I believe that's going to be second car 1 lap down. It looks like Gibson has gotten around Michael. What has happened there? Because that is for the lead.
So it looks like they're battling.
As long as they can make it. Yes, they are once again.
These guys, look at this. Side by side. Once again, Gibson won't go away. He's saying, hey, yeah, look, you might be a defending champion. And I might be a rookie. I'm going to let you know something right now. I got experience at this track, and I'm faster than you. We're going to break this streak of 5 right now. This could be the pass for the lead right here. As soon as Frosty dives it down pit road. Frosty, however, trying to stretch the fuel.
He is. I just don't think that there's enough there.
I don't know. If Michael keeps making mistakes, that's the one thing Michael is prone to do. He's make a few mistakes, and those mistakes can come back to haunt him. We saw it last season a little bit when he was battling with Habibi. We're seeing it now.
I'm going to say, from what I'm seeing, Gibson looks like he got some better fuel savings since their last pit stops. And Michael, his front tires are starting to show some wear. He's not getting through the corner as well.
Back up to first place. Will Frosty pit in this nest egg of a battle?
I think Frosty can go about another 15 laps. So he's going to run it out and hope that something maybe breaks out with this group in front of him. But as of right now, only 6 cars on the lead lap, 2 of which are right in front of the leader. You've got Rave Ty in 9th, 2 laps down. Beloved Car in 10th, 2 laps down as well. Skeety Brave is sitting in 12th or 11th, 3 laps down. And Pika, unfortunately, with that running out of fuel, having such a great race, has dropped down to 12th, 4 laps down.
We look at Bibbly Bob and at number 3, CMR Chevrolet, and he is trying to, not CMR, I'm sorry, RCR Chevrolet, but anyway, trying to help Dale Jr. out, who was unable to show up. But Dale working to try and get some points. Excellent choice as far as subs. He gets the sub there. Back in black, leading this group.
It looks like Bibbly Bob perhaps using Rave Ty to break the air for him. Maybe help him get a little extra fuel mileage there, but he's going to be coming to pit road here shortly.
Oh, and Zero. Don't know whether he lagged out or DNF there, but he is out of this race.
Oh, we have Zero was our lucky dog candidate. So that now elevates Wes to the only car 1 lap down, as the 38 and 22 go back to beating and banging on each other for what would be the lead on the road.
Driver down pit road.
All right, is that the 3?
No, that is the 45 of Skitty Brave.
The 45,
struggling
okay.
In this race. I mean, absolutely struggling. Not the kind of start you want to this round.
It does look as if this race may be falling right into Hyundai and Back in Black's hands, because it does look like Michael and Gibson will have to pit for fuel late in this race unless they get some caution laps.
Another driver down pit road. Okay. That is Bibbly Bob.
Bibbly Bob. Okay.
Yeah, that's Bibbly Bob.
That's going to be Bibbly Bob's final pit stop. Unfortunately, he was unable to stay on the lead lap as Frosty has put him 1 lap down. But he will still be 6th, only 1 lap down. And when Frosty pits, he will be back on the lead lap, and that is his final pit stop.
Oh, hang on to it. I got a car down the back stretch way offline. That's Skitty Brave offline and damaged. Yeah, he's gonna have to go down pit road again.
Yeah.
Some weird
Something
stuff
happened.
going on. Yeah, weird stuff.
He must have
going
missed
on.
pit road, maybe.
I don't know what was going on. He's having some issues though.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, and we got another driver down pit road. So pit stops. So that's beloved. Frosty in and back out. Right. He drops to third though. Michael up front. Gibson second, and here we go. And then we've got the cluster of cars. Third, fourth, fifth. That's what we were looking for. Third and fourth right here. They're still here. Let's get you back up front. Michael back to the race lead.
I do not believe that the front two, as hard as they've been racing, can make it on fuel. I believe right now the race is between the 9, the 5, and if Frosty can catch back up to them.
Approaching 10 to go.
Okay, never mind. I'm sitting here thinking we're going to lap 145. Oh, then Michael and Gibson will both have enough to make it.
All right, so Gibson, the best lap of the race so far. Oh, but now in lap traffic, he's got to try to get around Beloved. And just that little bit of lap traffic kind of got him a little bit off. Now he's going to have to figure out a way to catch the 22 who hit the wall. A mistake. Will that come back to haunt him? In the meantime, back in black. 6 seconds off. That little cluster of him and Wes and others in that little pack there. Hyundai.
Yep. They are about 6 seconds behind. I don't believe there's enough time for them to catch unless there is a caution. And I believe everyone's too spread out, really. Gibson's trying to keep it close, just under a half second. But his tires are feeling it. The 22's feeling it. It's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes.
Gibson staying in striking distance.
He actually cut off 0.2 of a second.
He sure did.
In the last couple of laps.
I think Michael made a mistake on the entry.
Yeah, Michael's been having a lot of issues on that 3 and 4 side of the track. They both get through 1 and 2 fairly well, running about the same line.
I think Michael's tires are starting to fade here. You see,
his right front is right around 60% wear. Gibson's been running his car a little bit less, running behind Michael. I think he's just waiting for his one chance to dive him, possibly going into 3 and 4. Let's see if he can make it stick. He is there. They just took 5 to go, correct?
No, 10 to go. 135 is 136. Okay. It'll be checkered. 135 will be white flag.
Well, then there's a chance that they don't make it on fuel.
Oh, Michael loose on the inside. Contact made 38's gonna dive it inside. Side by side for the race lead. Michael got a little bit better of an exit because the 38 had lost a little bit of momentum, but here's the money corner right here. Can Michael battle hard on the outside?
And will that lap traffic in front of them become a factor before they get to the checkered flag?
A little bit more contact. Michael having a little bit of trouble on entry. Gets a strong exit though, but a little bit of trouble on entry. Look at that exit that he gets on the corner. That runoff, but no, the 38 is still there. This battle rages on.
38 inches out just a little, but that 22 is able to recover off the corner. But the 38 pulls the side jump going into one.
Well, I'll tell you what, I heard a clutch in there. So, I don't know, maybe some fuel saving? I think Michael recognizes he's not going to make it.
Yeah, they are beginning to redline. They are under 10% left in their tanks.
And they've got to make it to lap 136. This is going to be tight, ladies and gentlemen.
I do believe that this drops right into Back in Black's hands. And that could be why Michael allowed Gibson to get by.
Could have been burning that extra fuel trying to stay side by side with him. We'll see.
Gibson does have more fuel on board.
And Gibson clutched a little bit. Also, he recognizes he's low and the plot thickens.
Yes. Unfortunately, Michael will not make it to the end. He's got a lap and a half, if that, left in his tank.
Man, what a heartbreaker. Very strong car. Strategy just did not play out the way he wanted to. But, guys, still a chance for a late race caution. And, boy, wouldn't that change everything. Now, remember BRL rules. Up until white flag, there could be a caution. When the leader takes the white flag, when the leader hits lap 135, no more cautions.
The 22 he's trying his best to save.
Yeah, he is. He is off the
better
throttle.
than nothing.
Now, this is Back in Black's opportunity right now. He's going to have to throw fuel saving out the window and do everything he can to catch these leaders.
Oh, Back in Black's good on fuel.
22 going to dive it inside. He's going to retake the lead. Wow.
Back in. Oh.
I think he feels he's saved enough gas to make it to the end. What do you think? Here goes the 38 right back.
22 sputtering off of the corner.
22 is
out of fuel.
And he did not pit. 22 could bring out the caution now with 1 lap remaining. 22 could bring out the caution.
And he just pulls down in front of Wes. That was He's running on fumes. He's still running, though.
Let's see what happens here. As
does Gibson have enough?
Brings us to the white flag. White flag, no more cautions.
Does Gibson have enough? I do believe he's just going to make it under the wire with just enough to make it to the line.
Oh, he sputtered. No, he sputtered.
Though.
Back in Black has a chance if the 38 runs out. No, 38's not going to run out. He's going to break
it to the line.
Streak the 22 had, and he's going to take checker flag on his rookie start, his first win of the season.
And unfortunately for Michael, it does not look like he's going to make it back around.
Michael gets a DNF in the race. And that just absolutely sucks. Hyundai finished second in this one. Third place is going to be Back in Black.
Doesn't look like they realize that the 22 is out. Bibbly Bob should be coming in 5th.
Bibbly Bob 5th?
It should be Bibbly Bob 5th. Michael might be able to coast, but it also did look like he got some push. I'm not sure if it was on purpose from the driver behind. He may not make it to the line. He's trying. All right, Michael 6th.
Michael 6th. All right.
But I did see him get a push through 3 and 4.
You got who finished 4th? I'm sorry.
Sure what happened there.
Back in Black finished 3rd. Hyundai finished 4th.
Hyundai 4th as they wreck coming across the line once again.
All right. So what we'll do is I'm going to need some help. So I'm going to ask them to line up really quickly.
Wesley came home 7th, but already disconnected from the race. So you should have... This is how I had it. You had Gibson winning, Back in Black 2nd, Hyundai 3rd, Frothy 4th, Bibbly Bob 5th, Michael rolled in 6th. Wes was the first car 1 lap down in 7th. And I think everything else should be right across the ticker.
All right, I generally have everybody line up so that I can get the correct running order.
Yeah.
And I have some people record it for me. So I just want to make sure I have it right. So I know Gibson finished 1st. 2nd place went to who? Back in Black,
second place went to Back in Black, yeah.
Right, and then 3rd place was Hyundai, and then 4th place was Frosty.
Yep.
And then 5th place was Dale, the
Bibbly Bob.
Bibbly Bob, and then 6th place was the 22. 7th place was the 8, right?
Yes.
And then 9th place was...
I'm not sure now, because they've been running extra laps.
Okay.
I think maybe Rave Ty was next after Wes.
Let's see if I can get a brief running order here. There we go. I got a running order. So Back in Black, yes. Then Hyundai, then Frosty Slay finished 5th. In the 22.
Who finished 5th?
The 22.
Michael.
And then Bibbly Bob finished 6th.
No, Bibbly Bob passed the 22.
Okay, we'll go back and look at that. At that.
I'm pretty sure 81. The 22 stopped in front of Bibbly Bob in 3 and 4 to get him to give him momentum. And then he ended up driving around him.
All right, so
that's what I saw.
Right, Slays. Michael. All right, so let's go ahead and get interviews started, and let's first talk to Hyundai. What a great race this was. This was an excellent race, though. Overall, I just have to say, what a great race. We got to talk to a man finishing 3rd. Hyundai, man, welcome back again. And be sure to include your audio to Sam Cook. What a great race y'all put on display, man. Take us through that, man. Did you think we'd have the type of ending that we had, and what strategy were you aiming for this race?
I knew like halfway into the race, some people pitted on that one caution, and some people didn't. You know, with it going green for the rest of the race, it played out. Certain people not making it to the end, so benefited off that. The whole race, I was staying on just pitting when I had to, when I couldn't run anymore. You would run as many laps as I can on each tank, and then make it to the end on the last run.
Yeah, definitely. How surprised were you that this race went green as long as it did?
I'm pretty surprised because, you know, there's a bunch of different gaps in the field. You know, like as far as like skill gaps, you know, there's certain guys that'll end up going a lap down after 30 laps, and then that could always get in the way of some good racing and cause cautions a little bit here and there. But yeah, we only had one caution, and you know, that was pretty good. Nobody doing nothing too crazy.
Well, big points day for you that helps you get out of that hot seat position and definitely into the top 16. So we appreciate the show that you put on, man. And who you got to thank?
I want to thank you for putting on a good race, and you know, everybody else for not making it a you know what show.
Right. Definitely, man, we appreciate that. That was the driver of the 5, Hyundai. Putting on a good show, man. Was able to finish third with a strategy call. That netted him a good finish. And now we'll send it over to Tons as we invite our second place driver back in black, who never appears online.
Don't you just love that?
I love it. Yeah.
Welcome to the booth. Great race out there.
Yeah, thank you.
It does look like if you had a couple more laps, your pit strategy would have worked for you.
If I had
Probably one more lap.
If I had one more lap.
So how'd your race go? You had a little bit of chaos there in the middle, but you brought yourself home second. Describe to us how you were feeling.
Yeah, the race went pretty good. I'm just satisfied. Hendrick Motorsports brought it home 1-2. And we're showing our dominance now by all my teammates finally going to be able to show up. So we're going to go out there and win.
Did you have any signs coming down that last 10-15 laps that the front two were possibly not going to make it?
I seen Michael third save on us. I got to turn the judge on because they both could not make it. And you see how far off I'm them down.
Yes, towards the end you were, I think on the last lap you got to about 2.5 seconds. But I'm going to say you had yourself one great rebound after that incident you had in the middle of the race with 17.
Yeah.
But what was going through your head whenever the two of you got together?
Well, he's been racing me like that this whole season. I'm just going to put it on my head and just say if he wants to race me like that, then worst comes to worst. Worst, if it comes down to it, I'm just going to record him at the officials, take care of it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on your second place finish, and on your great points day.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna toss it back to Cookie.
All right. Well, we're gonna interview, or at least try to interview he's already left, but our race winner.
He's just sent me a message saying invite.
Yeah, let's well, let's do that. Let's get him in here if you don't mind, and as they goof off out there on the racetrack. Yeah, let's
I'm big bonus on the back shows,
with the race you ran, you deserve some.
The highest chase finisher. Let's get a talk with Gibson as soon as he gets in here. Where's he at back?
He's coming. He's coming.
And we have here Gibson Racing, our rookie winner, first race, first dub. Welcome to the post-race show. Race winner, my man. Did you think you had a dub when you loaded in here for this race?
I mean, came in with confidence. Had to start the back. Got struggled with a few drivers going through the field. Was in second during the first pit stop. Had a bad stop. Lost a few seconds. Caution came out, saved me. We had 10-15 lap battle right there. And then me and 22 car came down pit road. We scattered out from the field. Came out at third and fourth. It was battling for 50, 60 laps, saving fuel. And we ended up coming up with 5 to go. And we all had 10%. We had 10% fuel each. It was a saving game. Who could save the most? So. Back in black. Got a 1-2 finish. And it was a pretty good race today.
I would say
definitely helps in the team points as well. Go ahead, Ton.
Coming down the stretch there, it did actually look like you were maxing him out on the fuel. It almost looked as if he realized a little too late that he wasn't going to be able to save as much as you there.
I saw the 22 car falling back with 2 to go, and I kind of figured he ran out of fuel because he pitted a lap before me, which gave me a little bit extra fuel, around 30% fuel a lap, so that helped me a ton. I could have stayed out one more because I had about 13% fuel here on that too. Could have stayed out a few more. Didn't have to worry about that, but still came home with the win. Got them on the points.
Definitely, and not only that, but now what this does is puts you on the top of the grid for the race to begin, the round 4, the championship round at Daytona. So this is definitely going to help out your teammate in Back in Black when that race rolls around as well, man. So great win, great victory. I tell you, you guys put on the show. A lot of speed now, and obviously it's going to come into place as it helps him out next week at Circuit de Spa, man. We'll get you out of here with who you got to thank.
I would like to thank my Subway 38 car, Jimmy Jones, Budweiser, Back in Black, 28, producing a good car for today's race.
All right, man. Well, we thank you for coming up here, and I tell you what, with the speed that you put on display, this could be a regular thing. We could be interviewing you a little bit more the rest of this season. So we want to thank you guys for coming up here. Welcome to BRL. So we're going to take this time to prepare to get out of here, man. We want to thank everyone for tuning in to this race. We only put it out one time, but that led to a lot of excitement in the second half of this race. And the first time since season 1 that in the round of 8 to begin, a non-chaser won the race. It breaks the 22's 5-race win streak and now resets the grid as we prepare for next week's race. You want to see the results, you got to tune in Tuesday night right here on Twitchmonster 27 as we post the points and have the speed report. A lot to discuss, and then of course we set you up for the race there at Spa next Friday right here, 11:30 to 11:45 Eastern Start Time. We hope to see you there. So whether you're on the East Coast, the West Coast, or anywhere in between, Twitchmonster saying good night.